Welcome to week 4 of Top Shot Games, our grand finale. 6 started, 4 remain, and we'll go head to head in an elimination challenge of the Gauntlet. We started off our final match with a little bit of excitement as our t-shirts from our sponsors finally arrived. If you like a t-shirt, they are available for purchase at www.roundvalleypatriots.com for only $30. Now that everyone has their official swag, we turn it over to Lance the Sawman Sawyer to explain today's match.
So, today, it's very important that you understand this. Today, there's 3 evolutions in the competition. Each evolution will have an elimination.
In addition to the elimination twist, contestants also had to wait outside not knowing what they'd be up against or how their opponents shot.
Will be staged outside, and each contestant will be shooting by themselves. All the other contestants will be outside. However, the gallery will still be full.
Our first stage was a revisit from week 1 with the vertical differential targets. The spin on it was the target was hidden behind a drawbridge that only raised when you got the USA Archery steps correct. Contestants were given 5 minutes to write out the steps, 3 minutes to shoot and recite the steps, and were graded on written mistakes. Up first we had Kimber. This 8-year-old has held on strong this entire competition and made it to the final 4. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Unfortunately, 2, time ran out before Kimber could get an arrow downrange. Moving on next to Cooper.
First, you're going to sit down with that piece of paper and that pen and write your steps.
Cooper, our youngest contestant, takes an organized approach. Phase 1, writing out the steps. Phase 2, stepping up to the line to recite and execute. Unfortunately, time ran out before Cooper could get an arrow downrange, but this kid always has a smile on his face. Next up, we have Liam.
Now, after you write them down, you will come up to the line and you will recite the steps.
Liam quickly knocked out the written steps and steps up to the line to start reciting them. His first attempt isn't quite there, but after a few struggles, he corrects himself, and it all comes together, and he is the first contestant to get one downrange. Unfortunately though, his shot landed a little bit high and did not score any points. Impressive run though, this round is more difficult than it looks. Last up we have Carter. This 11-year-old has shown his talent throughout the competition, and we're putting that talent to the test today at the Gauntlet. Carter quickly wrote out the steps in record time and stepped up to the line to give it his first attempt. Carter almost had it with his first attempt, but didn't quite make it. Had to quickly reset himself, stop and think, and got his first arrow downrange. Carter truly let it shine, stepping up to the line again and reciting all the steps and letting another arrow downrange. Unfortunately, neither of the arrows that made contact with the target were scoreable points, but still had a total of 3 arrows downrange. With all 4 contestants scoring a 0 and this being an elimination round, we went into a shoot-off.
As you can and try and hit as many cups as you can.
Contestants each had 30 seconds to hit as many styrofoam cups as possible. Now. Up first and sticking with shooting order, Kimber. This time Kimber was able to get one arrow downrange, but unfortunately wasn't able to make contact with any of the cups. Up next, Cooper. Five, four.
So we'll get 2 arrows downrange. 1 landed in the foam, 1
stop.
bounced off the stage, neither of which were in cups.
Next up, we have Liam. This kid has come a long way since the beginning of the competition when it comes to shooting a drag bow. And Liam hits his mark on the first shot, securing his spot with the final 3 and moving on to the next round. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liam sent a total of 3 arrows downrange with 1 hitting a cup. Nice shooting, dude. Last up, we had Carter. Carter struggled with his grip at first, but this kid can truly shoot under pressure and got it figured out. He only sent 2 arrows downrange, but both arrows connected with cups, and that's all that matters.
10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh,
3, 2, 1.
With only 2 out of 4 contestants hitting cups, our third contestant to move forward was selected based off of correct answers on the written USA Archery steps.
Writing down the steps. So, unfortunately, Cooper, you do as well as everybody else on the list.
With Cooper being eliminated in round 1, we now move on to round 2 with our final 3 facing yet another elimination challenge.
Round 2, contestants had 3 minutes and 3 arrows to shoot at a single ASA-style deer target from an elevated blind at 35 feet.
Up first as part of the final 3, Kimber. Kimber managed to get all 3 arrows downrange, 1 in the leg of the deer, and 2 off target for a total of 5 points. And next up, Liam. This young contestant has shown great form throughout the competition, and stepping up to the grand blind was no exception. However, most of his shots did hit high and no scoreable points. And our last shooter of the round, Carter. Carter has shown exceptional skill and talent throughout this competition. The Genesis bow from the ground blind is no exception, and he is able to make contact with all 3 arrows, 2 line busters, and 1 in the body for a total of 18 points. And with the official scorecards in, Carter 18, Kimber 5, and Liam with a 0 score. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to Liam, advancing Carter and Kimber on to round 3 for the grand finale.
And our final round for the Top Shot Games of 2022, going for the gold from week 3. Up first, Kimber.
Contestants had unlimited arrows for stage 1 and 2 of the final round. The catch, they had to put an arrow in the gold before moving on to the next target. The third target was the only scoreable one, the 20 centimeter at 20 feet. Kimber doing her best to get arrows downrange into the gold, however running out of arrows and having to run downrange while the clock is ticking to retrieve arrows to continue. Kimber quickly returning to her station and sending more arrows downrange. She's able to land one in the gold of the first target and moving on to the second, however not able to make a shot in the gold before the timer ran out. And moment of truth for Carter as he steps up to the final round. Carter consistently hitting high, but has the ability of getting himself dialed in, and finally lands one in the gold of the first target, quickly moving on to the second.
And with the clock still ticking, Carter quickly sends them downrange, coming so close on the second target, but running out of arrows, he has to quickly run downrange and grab more. With confidence, he only grabs 3 arrows and steps back up on the line. Let's see what he does next. Carter only has 3 arrows. First one is a miss. The second one is a miss. Now it's coming down to the moment of truth. He sends it and he finally hits gold, and it is on to the final target.
Carter kicked butt on this round. Unfortunately, he did not land an arrow in the final gold target, which means we have to default to the overall scores for a winner. Let's hear what the judges have to
Both
say.
contestants did not score on the scoring target. We had Kimber hit one of the qualification targets, and we had Carter hit 2 of the qualification targets. The winner was based on the overall points from today, which again, Kimber had 5, Carter had 18.
For the winner, we announced our Sponsor's Choice Award.
Kimber Reed. Come on up.
This award was given out based on our sponsor's choice of skill, dedication, and sportsmanship.
And so now we're going to announce the winner and champion of the 2nd annual Top Shop Games. If Britta could come up, please.
The champion is Carter Tate.
All right, Carter.
Carter.
Good job, buddy.
Let's give one more big final shout out to all our sponsors. This event would not be possible without any of you. Thank you all for watching the highlights of the grand finale of the 2022 Top Shot Games. Shoot safely, shoot often, and we'll see you next year.